In the heart of Egypt's golden age, a sun rises. But this is no ordinary day, and that man standing in its light is no ordinary pharaoh. His name was Akhenaten. While generations before him bowed to a pantheon of gods, Ra, Osiris, Isis, Anubis, Akhenaten chose a different path. He stood tall before them all and said, "One God is enough, not a god of war, not a god of death, but Aten, the sun itself." And in that moment, a divine challenge was born. Akhenaten wasn't content with belief. He demanded transformation. He shut down temples, erased sacred names, and ordered the destruction of gods who had ruled Egypt for over 1,000 years. Statues crumbled, walls were scraped clean, and priests, once the most powerful men in Egypt, were silenced. Beside him stood Queen Nefertiti, not just his wife, but his equal, his co-ruler, beautiful, brilliant, and just as bold. Together they led a revolution, not with swords, but with sunlight. To make this vision real, Akhenaten built a new capital from nothing, Akhetaten, today known as Amarna, a city not for the gods of old, but for the light of Aten alone. Temples were opened to the sky, prayers were sung to the sun, and art itself changed, showing the royal family not as distant gods, but as human, intimate, real. Nefertiti stood proudly by his side, depicted not behind him, but beside him, sometimes even leading the rituals. It was bold. It was new. It was blasphemy in the eyes of many. But for a moment, it was beautiful. But revolutions burn bright and fade fast. Outside the city, Egypt suffered. Famine spread. Enemies circled. And the people, confused and abandoned by their old gods, began to turn. When Akhenaten died, possibly alone, weakened by illness, his legacy was already crumbling. The old priests returned. The temples of Aten were shut, and the young boy who took the throne, Tutankhamun, Akhenaten's son, restored the gods of old. But that wasn't enough. Akhenaten's name was erased, his statues shattered, his city left to be swallowed by the desert. As if Egypt wanted to pretend, he never existed. For over 3,000 years, the sand kept his secret, but time has a way of revealing what it hides. Today, archaeologists brush dust from his broken image. We find fragments of a king who stood against the divine order and a queen who ruled beside him as an equal in an age of men. Akhenaten and Nefertiti challenged the gods of Egypt, and for that they were erased. But the sun they worshipped still rises, and their story still burns.